Men over 60, there's one nut that can naturally shrink your prostate. I know that sounds impossible, but what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes is changing the lives of thousands of men who used to wake up 5-6 times a night to urinate, and now sleep through the entire night. This nut contains a rare mineral that directly attacks prostate inflammation, reduces the hormone that makes it grow, and can relieve those symptoms you thought were just normal. And here's the worst part. Most doctors will never tell you about this, because it's cheap, it's natural, and you can find it at any grocery store. So if you want to stop depending only on medications that make you dizzy, tired, and full of side effects, stay with me until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly what this nut is, how it works, and what you need to do today to start seeing results. But I need to warn you, you can't just go out and eat any amount you want, because in excess, this same nut can be toxic. So pay attention to every single word. My name is Dr. Emily Carter, and for the past 20 years, I've been working with men who come into my office desperate, exhausted, hopeless. They've already tried everything: expensive medications, complicated treatments, and even considered surgery. But nobody explained to them that there's a simpler, more natural, and scientifically proven way to deal with prostate growth. And I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'm going to show you the science behind this nut, the studies that prove its effectiveness, and the exact protocol you should follow to use it safely. Because this isn't about empty promises or internet fads. This is about giving your body exactly what it needs to control inflammation, reduce prostate swelling, and give you back your quality of life. So if you're tired of being a prisoner to the bathroom, losing nights of sleep, feeling like you're losing your independence, this is for you. Don't leave this video before the end, because every minute could make the difference between continuing to suffer or finally finding relief. Let's start with the basics. The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, located just below the bladder. It surrounds part of the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. When you're young, the prostate stays at a controlled size and doesn't cause problems. But as the years go by, especially after 50, it's extremely common for it to start growing. This growth is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, it's not fatal, but it can rob you of your peace, your energy, and your dignity. Because when the prostate enlarges, it presses on the urethra. And that's when the symptoms begin. Difficulty urinating, weak stream, feeling like your bladder is still full even after going to the bathroom, and those trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night that destroy your sleep. Maybe you've already been to the doctor. Maybe he prescribed medications like finasteride or tamsulosin. These drugs do help, yes, but they come with side effects: dizziness, fatigue, erection problems, retrograde ejaculation. And many men simply give up on treatment because of this. The good news? There's a natural alternative that works directly on the root cause of the problem, without the side effects of conventional medications. That nut is the Brazil nut. Yes, that big nut with the hard shell that you find in any grocery store. Also known as the paranut, it's one of the richest food sources of selenium that exists in nature. And selenium is the secret here. Let me explain why. When the prostate grows abnormally, there's an inflammatory process happening inside it. This process is fueled by something called oxidative stress. Unstable molecules, free radicals, attack the prostate cells, causing damage, inflammation, and uncontrolled growth. Selenium acts as a powerful antioxidant. It neutralizes these free radicals, protects prostate cells, and reduces the chronic inflammation that makes the gland swell. But it doesn't stop there. Selenium also regulates the production of DHT, a hormone derived from testosterone that's directly linked to prostate growth. When DHT levels are high, the prostate grows. Selenium helps keep this hormone under control. And there's more. Studies show that men with low selenium levels in their blood have a higher risk of developing BPH and even prostate cancer. So correcting this deficiency isn't just smart, it's essential. Now you might be thinking, "Doctor, but why specifically the Brazil nut? Can't I just take a supplement?" You can, but there's a reason why I recommend the whole nut. First, because it contains healthy fats, fiber, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, nutrients that work in synergy with selenium to boost its effects. When you eat the whole nut, you're not consuming just an isolated nutrient. you're giving your body a complete package of prostate protection. Second, because excess selenium can be toxic, and when you take supplements, it's easy to overdo it. A single Brazil nut contains between 70 and 90 micrograms of selenium. The daily recommendation for adults is 55 micrograms. With 1 or 2 nuts a day, you easily hit that target without risk of toxicity. Plus, clinical studies show that selenium supplementation at controlled doses is associated with reduced prostate volume, improved urinary flow, and decreased nighttime symptoms. One study published in the Journal of Urology followed men with BPH who received selenium daily for 6 months. The results showed significant reduction in prostate size and improvement in urinary symptom scores. Another study, published in the British Journal of Nutrition, demonstrated that selenium reduces inflammatory markers associated with prostate growth. This isn't magic, it's biochemistry. It's the body working the way it should work when it gets the right nutrients. I know that living with prostate problems is frustrating. You can't sleep through the night. You're afraid to leave the house because you might need a bathroom at any moment. You feel embarrassed to talk about it, even with your wife or your children. And worse, you start believing this is normal, that it's just part of getting older. But it's not. You don't have to accept this condition like it's a life sentence. Because there are tools, simple and natural ones, that can help your body balance itself again. And the Brazil nut is one of them. I'm not saying it's going to cure your prostate overnight. I'm not promising miracles. What I am saying is that when you give your body what it needs, in this case selenium, you're giving it the chance to function better, to reduce inflammation, to control abnormal growth. And over time, you might notice fewer trips to the bathroom at night, a stronger urinary stream, less bladder pressure, small changes that make an enormous difference in your quality of life. So how do you use the Brazil nut the right way? I'm going to give you a simple, safe, and effective protocol. Step 1. Quantity. Eat 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day, no more than that. Remember, excess selenium can cause problems like hair loss, brittle nails, irritability, and even toxicity. 1 nut is already enough to reach the recommended dose. If you weigh more or have a proven deficiency, your doctor might recommend 2, but never exceed that mark without professional guidance. Step 2. When to eat it. The ideal is to consume it in the morning with breakfast. It can be plain, chopped over yogurt, mixed in smoothies, or even ground up in a fruit salad. The important thing is that it becomes part of your daily routine. Step 3. Consistency. It doesn't help to eat it once and forget about it. The benefits appear with continuous use. Think of it as a natural medicine. It works when you're disciplined. Step 4. Storage. Keep the nuts in a sealed container, in a cool, dry place. If possible, store them in the refrigerator to prevent the oil from going rancid. Fresh nuts have more active nutrients. Step 5. Combine with other healthy habits. The Brazil nut is powerful, but it works better when you also take care of the rest. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Avoid caffeine and alcohol at night because they irritate the bladder. Maintain a healthy weight because obesity increases prostate inflammation. Do light exercise, like walking, which improves circulation in the pelvic region. And sleep well, because sleep is essential for hormonal regulation. Step 6. Monitor your symptoms. Write down in a notebook, how many times do you wake up at night to urinate? How's the stream? Is there pain or discomfort? After 4 to 6 weeks, compare. If there's improvement, continue. If there's no change or if symptoms worsen, see your doctor. The Brazil nut is a complement, not a substitute for medical monitoring. Now, I need to be very clear about some things. First, if you're already taking supplements that contain selenium, don't add the Brazil nut without talking to your doctor first. The risk of toxicity is real. Second, if you have a nut allergy, obviously don't consume it. Third, if you're taking medications for your prostate, like finasteride, tamsulosin, or dutasteride, don't stop taking them on your own. The nut can be used alongside these medications, but always with medical supervision. Fourth, if you have severe symptoms, complete urinary retention, blood in your urine, intense pain when urinating, see a urologist immediately. These are warning signs that require urgent evaluation. The Brazil nut is a support tool, not an emergency solution. Fifth, don't expect magic results. Some people respond well in a few weeks, others take months, and some may not respond significantly. Every body is unique. But the important thing is that you're doing something good for yourself without serious side effects and at a very low cost. Now I want to share with you something that few doctors talk about: the importance of caring for your prostate preventively, not just reactively. Most men only seek help when symptoms are already unbearable. But the truth is that prostate health begins much earlier than that. It begins in how you eat every day, how much you move, how much you sleep, how much you manage stress, because all of this affects your hormones, your inflammation, and consequently your prostate. The Brazil nut is an important piece of this puzzle. It provides selenium, which protects against oxidative stress and regulates DHT. But it works even better when you also consume other anti-inflammatory foods: tomatoes, which contain lycopene, fish rich in omega-3, like salmon and sardines, dark green vegetables like spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc. Together, these foods create an environment in the body that's hostile to inflammation and favorable to prostate health. And best of all, these are real foods that you find in any grocery store without needing complicated recipes or expensive products. Also, I want to emphasize, the Brazil nut doesn't replace routine exams. Every man over 50 should get a PSA test and digital rectal exam annually. These exams detect problems early when they're still treatable. The nut is a complement, not a substitute for proper medical care. In my years of practice, I've seen many men significantly improve their symptoms by including the Brazil nut in their routine. I remember one patient, 68 years old, who woke up 5 times a night to urinate. He was exhausted, irritable, and considering surgery. We talked about nutrition, and he started eating 1 nut a day, along with other lifestyle changes. After 2 months, he told me, "Doctor, now I only wake up once. I can sleep again." It wasn't just the nut, it was the combination of everything. But he himself recognized that the nut was the starting point, what motivated him to take better care of himself. Another patient, 72 years old, was taking tamsulosin and suffering from dizziness and fatigue. He started with the nut, and after 3 months, the urologist was able to reduce his medication dose. The symptoms remained controlled, but without the side effects. Stories like these show me that when you give the body the right tools, it has an incredible capacity to balance itself. So here's what you're going to do today. First, go to the grocery store and buy a package of Brazil nuts. Second, start tomorrow morning. 1 nut every day. Third, write down your symptoms today. How many times do you wake up at night? How's the stream? Is there pain? Fourth, after 4 weeks, compare. See if there's been a change. Fifth, if you're taking medications or have questions, talk to your doctor. Show him this video if necessary. And sixth, share this information with other men you know, your husband, your father, your friends, because quality information saves lives and improves the quality of life for thousands of people. As your doctor, my greatest wish is that you live with dignity, comfort, and health, that you sleep through the entire night without interruptions, that you leave the house with confidence, that you no longer have to feel that constant pressure, that discomfort, that frustration. And I know that a simple nut seems too small to make such a big difference, but that's exactly where the beauty of integrative medicine lies. Small changes, made with consistency, generate big results over time. You don't need complicated solutions. You need correct information, discipline, and patience. And now, you have all of that. So don't wait any longer. Start today. Give your body the chance to function better. And remember, I believe in you. I believe you can improve. I believe you deserve to live well. If this video was helpful to you, leave a like down below. This helps me reach more people who need this information. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos about men's health, healthy aging, and quality of life. And leave a comment telling me, did you already know about the power of the Brazil nut? Are you going to start using it? I'm curious to know. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself, and see you in the next video.